here with Active Consent this morning to talk to parents about helping their young people through what is a very difficult time of adolescence, and to talk a little bit about sex, consent and indeed healthy relationships.
My name is Michelle Caulfield. I'm Head of Education and Training at the Galway Rape Crisis Centre. So like that, a therapist for 20 years and sexual violence prevention work in our Irish schools.
And my name is Gemma MacNally. I'm a full-time student counsellor here at the University of Galway. So I know our sex education in Ireland is not what it should have been many years ago. Parents didn't get sex education, basically. We got biology books.
The sexual and social landscape is so dramatically different in the last 10 and 20 years that it's very much a new world that our young people are so comfortable in. So Gemma, what does modelling consent actually look like with our young people?
Maybe it's not as complicated as we might think it is. So we start young as we possibly can. We start with our 2 and 3-year-olds. We start with really simple things like, would you like a hug? We don't assume hugs.
So modelling consent and modelling body autonomy and kindness, all of those things that you would want your child to have in their world so they can protect themselves and protect the people that they're going into intimate relationships with.
We've done a lot of work over the years with parents and adolescents. What would you say are parents' kind of biggest fear? Do they have one particular fear?
If I was to choose one, I would say probably pornography and the sexual media content.
We all know from porn that it is a setup. It's not real, it's fake. And we need them to know that. We need them not to set their standards by porn, and that's what's happening, is that young people are coming into the therapy room thinking that this is how you have sex.
Yeah.
Consent in all these porn movies that we see, that's been put in place before the cameras ever roll.
I think probably the best explanation I've ever had for this is a 15-year-old that said, learning about sex on Google or Pornhub is like learning how to drive a Porsche in Grand Theft Auto.
The other thing that we would talk a lot to parents about, or they might ask us about, I guess, is their fears around image-based sexual abuse. Because again, it's the unknown world for them in that. We would always respond, I guess, with the sense of this can be really healthy. I think our young people are having great fun with this. It's how they're exploring their sexuality. It's how they're exploring having consenting relationships and what that might look like in the future.
The problem lies in the resharing. But we have a law in place, and it's called Coco's Law, and it's about, it's okay to create the images and have those images on your phone. And it's actually okay if you want to share that image with one other person. The problem lies in when that image gets reshared. So any kind of intimate sexualized image, especially for those under 18, is against the law. So we can't so much ban it. It would be not a good idea to remove phones or to be searching their social media all the time. The goal should be preparing the child for a very sexualized world.
And having the conversation with the child about the sexualized or not being afraid of it yourself is really important.
I think a lot of kids are receiving inappropriate sexualized intimate image. So the best thing you can do is delete that so that it doesn't continue on and cause harm. Don't shame them. Again, this is their culture, this is their world. Be curious about what they've seen and again, be that place to land when something is upsetting.
So Michelle, in all of this, I guess, what is it that we would like for parents to kind of take away from this conversation?
I think to have trust in your adolescent and things like not taking their phone away or creating walls. We go back to, it's a privilege to journey this piece with them. So in the world, use those hypothetical situations like what's trending on social media, the latest movies, what's happening on TV or Netflix. And there's a secondary piece to that. It gives them a level of privacy where you can chat and have an opinion about something without making it about them or their lives or their private sexual life. Ultimately, trust the foundation and the work you've done so far. Trust yourself, but ultimately, trust your young person.